Hello, Beardos, Weirdos, Boys and Ghouls. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything working fine? Because me and Lee have had some difficulties starting this off. But we think it was Lee's internet. The music sounds like Beardo as a travel channel. It's the StreamYard stuff. I don't use StreamYard. Well, I do now. I'm going to have to set up a proper intro for it now, aren't I don't want to. Welcome in, everyone. So, Justin's podcast Monday, fantastic. Yet again, he had the awesome Peter Laws on. Fantastic conversation about ethics. Not ethics. Empathy. Empathy in the paranormal. And I agree with most of it. I just have no empathy for the fakers. But as far as I'm concerned, the fakers are not in the paranormal. They're taking the piss. A bit quiet. Turn the fucking telly up then. I can't turn this up anymore in here, don't think. I can pull the microphone a bit closer. Is that better? So good evening, everybody. We'll do the participants nice and early, and then we will get Lee on, because, trust me and Lee will never run out of anything to say. Will we, Lee? Is he shaking it? Yeah, he's shaking his head in the studio. Right, so tonight we have Al Rara, Amy and Ozzy, Andrew Goodyear, Anna Aradia, Anne Robinson, Brandy Arellano, Bristol Paranormal, Kaz Feb, Chris Banks, Christian, Dan Green, Dan Lagore, Dawn C, Ember, Fantastic Publishing, Sarah, Far From Perfect, OK, Giuseppe Stromboli, Highly Paranormal, it's jumped, Highly Paranormal, I'm the Queen of the Underworld, it's Jolene, Judith Oatmans, Crazy Ken, Lyra and the Raven, Logical Annie, Mags McLeod, Margaret Kieran, Mark Knight, Martin Davidson, Mike Rochette, Mike's Mysteries, Mickey Sphere, Mr. Coombsy, Mrs. Bob the Beard, Mrs. Geek, Need More Coffee Man, Paranormal Monkey Podcast, Paranormal Fun, Quirky Bird, Roxy Green, Sandra BPHUK, Silver Lady, Simon Stevens, Spider Queen, holy shit, Sir Spookfest, Stephanie, I'm going to bulge your last name up, so I'm just not going to say it. Theo Sturgeon, let's jump the lot again. Unicorn Rainbows, Vixen Moo, and Wendy J. Welcome in. Anyone I've missed? Tough. I've witnessed their conversations firsthand. Me and Lee, we have this ability to turn up to a haunted location and then forget that we're actually supposed to be investigating because we just chat shit for hours. Peter's a lovely, decent fella. He is. I've been watching him since he had about 400 subscribers. I think his channel has grown as quick as it has with good reason. Excellent storyteller. Very nice man. I've spoken to him a couple of times. But yeah, very nice man. Hey, Paranormal Engineer, how you doing? Bristol Paranormal, Debs. So yeah, we've got Lee from 3 Spires Paranormal. We're going to be doing our Wednesday chat with him. So obviously if you guys... Sorry, can one of my mods grab a link for Lee? I forgot to do it. Grab a link for 3 Spires and then post it in the chat every now and then. So my history with Lee... I can't even remember how I found his channel, to be honest. He just popped up and I just remember laughing at his channel. Not in a bad way. The guy is funny on purpose. He doesn't take anything too serious. And then he sort of hung around with the same circles of people that I was watching. And we struck up a sort of an online friendship, and we've been out investigating. He's been kind enough to invite me into his family home on a number of occasions. His mum is adorable. Really, really lovely lady. I'm not saying that just because she feeds me every time I go there. So, ladies and gentlemen, no further ado, here's Lee from 3 Spires.
Oh, that's so true. Everything you said is bang on, mate.
Oh, your mum feeding me?
Yeah. Or using the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, even when I drop him off after a location, she's like, if you're going to have to drink to go home with, you're going to have food to go home with, like, I'm fine.
It's very true. It's very true. Very true. She's a good egg.
Yeah, very nice lady. So, this is Lee from 3 Spires. Do you just want to give a brief overview of yourself and your channel, and then I'll get some questions in?
Yeah, well, we're real. We don't fake anything. But what you see from most channels is they'll do an investigation. They'll do what they've got to do, and they go home. What we do is keep all the bits that you don't see on most of these other channels, like the laughing, the joking, the banter, and the equipment failures, the dropping it all over the floor, the farting. We'll just keep it all in, and to our own comedic for our own comedic benefit. And if everybody else likes it, then that's great. If they don't, then
Yeah, one of the funniest ones for you was losing your DJI mic, and you were like, "Oh, we haven't had him long," and then you found it on a gate.
yeah,
Right, sorry,
Craig leant
chat.
over a gate. Yeah, it's great.
Chat, is the volume better now? Because I've turned it up on my actual deck. Has that worked? Go to settings, Beardo, turn up the mic. Settings.
You press the little cog button, mate. It should even go into your microphone. It should let you. Lee has the louder mic. I could turn mine down if that's any good to you.
Yeah,
let me turn mine down a bit.
Any volume there?
I've turned mine down a little bit. Is that any good to everybody?
Any better? Beardo, can you go full screen on Lee for the stream? Thanks. Fuck off, Coombsy.
Cheers, Coombsy.
Mic sounds rough.
You sound good to me, my end, but
it might be Streamlabs because we were having StreamYard. Even we were having a few issues with it earlier. Lee's mic is fine. What if I shout really loud?
Cheers for that, mate.
Crackly. Right, hang on.
That's mine's better, apparently. Can you hear Beardo all good, though? Locks for Lee. Something in the eye again. Ooh. Beardo sounds like he's talking through a Nokia 3310. Oh, that's brilliant. I like that one. That was good. Anyway, welcome to Lee on Beardo's channel. Hope you're all well. I can hear you fine. Australia can hear you.
Right, is that better?
You were fine to me, mate.
Can you hear me now? Is this working? Oh, shit.
Beardo's talking from the 1950s.
Hello.
Beardo, you sound good. Bristol, thank you.
Right, thank you. Jesus Christ, that was hard work. Oh. Maybe better. Lee, the true professional. That's right. Lee can just run the show for us, can't he?
Yeah, damn right. I can do a better job.
Your paranormal journey, where did it start for you?
When I was young, and I was somebody was babysitting for me and my brother, and they thought it was a good idea to try and scare us by telling us ghost stories, but it backfired on them because I wanted more. And obviously, being interested in listening to the ghost stories, it fascinated me. And then I discovered something a lot of people don't know about. It was called a library. And obviously got some books on ghost stories and stuff like that. And pretty much it went from there. But when it come to seeing stuff, it was Ghost Watch, Michael Parkinson.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was actually babysitting for a family who lived 2 doors away from my home. And Ghost Watch came on, and yeah, I ran home. It was only 2 doors away. I legged it.
It scared the shit out of me. I didn't get the point where Parky got possessed. I missed that because my parents sent me to bed because I was shitting myself. So I saw the worst of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I was a paper boy at the time. I was like 14, 15. I was a paper boy. So the following morning, I was scouring all the newspapers going, is Michael Parkinson dead? Right, and just go in. And then it was the day after that that's when all the heat came because some poor guy apparently,
yeah,
got scared.
Yeah, he wasn't a very well man, was he? But he was just when he was a kid, he was. But yeah, it scared the shit out of me. I thought it was real, and the fact that they played that scene back, and I knew that I saw pipes, and when they played it back and he won there, that made it worse for me. It was like I saw him.
Well, yeah, but the thing that got me was because they got people at the time I respected. So you got Sarah Green, who was a children's television presenter.
Yeah, Live and Kicking.
Right. Yeah. And then you got Craig Charles, who was in Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf, Robot Wars. Oh, Robot Wars.
It was yeah. No, it weren't. It was just Red Dwarf. And I'm going, Michael Parkinson, who has interviewed everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
you would think it was real. Oh, what's his name? Mike Smith, Sarah Green's
Yeah,
husband. Or
Sarah
whatever it is.
Green's husband. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you not believe it?
Fantastic. No, exactly. They were, credible. I mean, Most Haunted was
Mm.
credible for a point.
See, that's it. I
So
mean, I was addicted to Most Haunted.
I think if most of us are on it, I mean, Dandalf said he used to love it. I used to love it.
Mm.
There's a lot of people like, oh, it's always been fake. It's always been bollocks. And I'm like, you were probably the people that thought the paranormal was bollocks anyway. The show was never made for them. But for people like us that believed it and think we've experienced it, which is going to lead me to my next question, it seemed real. You could understand the fear of them. So, have you ever had a paranormal experience, or what you think is a paranormal experience?
Before I met you and other people in the debunking community, I would have said yes. But listening to another side of listening to other people's stories and watching other people's videos, I wouldn't say I've seen anything, but I've seen things that I can't explain. Amazing that Beardo's managed to. You're a twat. Oh, Justin, mate. If I take my glasses off, will that help? Let me sort of throw something.
With friends like these, eh?
Oh shit! But I forgot where I was now. I don't know. I'm lost.
You thought you'd had experiences.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah. I
let
thought
us
I'd had
lot.
experience. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was an incident which I did document about, and it was one of my first experiences where I was with a group of friends walking down a road, an old country road, and I needed a pee, and I saw next to me a guy with a dog, and I was like, "Oh shit!" It's like some geezers like. So I quickly put my Mr. Sleeping Policeman away quickly, and I turned back, and the guy had gone. He was nowhere to be seen, and I can't, and none of the people that I was with saw this guy with a dog, but I did. And then obviously I've experienced a couple of things, and you were there for one of them.
Yeah.
When I've been out investigating, but 9 times out of 10, we get nothing.
True. I mean, I've watched you from quite early on in your YouTube videos, and obviously you've changed. Once you started watching the bunking channels and then the Ouija Brothers and stuff, obviously you changed the way you investigated, because you used to use equipment and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, man, we had the cat balls and the lot. We did, yeah. It was
Yeah.
but what? Why wouldn't we? You watch. We didn't know debunkers even existed. We did what other people were doing, and I spent hundreds of pounds on all these gizmos and gadgets and S boxes and all that to find out it was all a load of crap, to put it mildly.
Yeah, and
But
for a video, the equipment makes a video really easy to put out. As soon as you get rid of that,
absolutely,
you're like, nothing happens. What am I going to put out? And
but
I
that's
think
why.
you've nailed what you put out, because you leave out, or you leave in, all of the stuff a lot of people will cut. That's something I've picked up from you. I've started leaving in the falling over or the dropping your equipment and the farting and just the stuff that
Why
everyone
not?
else will cut. Yeah.
But the reason we keep it in, half of it is not for comedic effect, and it isn't. It's because it's real life. It's what
Yeah.
happens when you go out and investigate these places. You're going to go out with, let's say, a paranormal events team, for example, and you are going to get people falling over, people farting, burping. That's what happens. That's what happens on an investigation.
Yeah.
It's just real life.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, I've been to a number of locations with you, and it is with you more than anyone. I often forget that I'm supposed to be investigating, and then my favourite
Sorry.
part of the investigation is normally when you sit there and you're quite solemn, and then you will drop a couple of lines, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" He meant that. That came from the heart a bit there. You did it in the Four Crosses. You've done it in East Drive. And it's just sort of what if, and then whatever your thoughts are, but you've obviously gone quite deep into it, and I think that those moments are really cool as well.
I, I, I'm just me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like to have a laugh. You know, but if something comes into my head and it's worth saying, then well, I'll just why should I hide it from everybody? I trust the people that I'm with. That's why I only investigate with people that I like. And that sounds
Yeah.
really horrible, but it's just fact. I'll only invite certain people into my personal space, and so if I feel comfortable with certain people who I'm with, why not speak to them in all honesty?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
And I
just
know
normal to me.
yeah, I know this is something you wanted to touch on anyway when we spoke just before, was obviously friendships and stuff. So the
Yeah.
stage is yours.
Well, it's just you see a lot of people who, in my opinion, who collaborate with each other for clicks and views. This is just my personal opinion.
Mhm.
But if you see me doing a collaboration with somebody, it's purely genuinely, I like that individual. They're a friend. I trust them. Like, I mean, through this platform, I've met people who I'll be friends with for the rest of. I could quit YouTube tomorrow, and I'll be friends for the rest of my life. Right.
Yeah.
I'll start with Purple. Purple Rob is not a mate. Purple, to me, is family, and vice versa. Um, that's one guy who is going to be with me, and vice versa for forever. Unless he annoys me and tries to chat up my sister, then I'll batter him. Right,
He's good at annoying though, isn't he?
right.
That's
Yeah, he's
Adrian,
great.
isn't it?
Yes, it is
Funny.
Adrian.
It is. Hey, Adrian, how you
Yeah,
doing?
it
Guys,
is.
it's Adrian from X Real Evidence, the quitter.
Ah, Aid, I was only talking about you the other day, man, and you're one of those people. You're a good one, man.
Yeah,
You're a good one. You
he's
really are.
missed. He's missed. He
Yeah, he
is.
is. And then you've got yourself, right? And then I hope you don't mind me saying this out loud. This is something that you've never said before, but I'm going to say it
Uh-oh.
about people you can trust. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details, but there was an incident that happened privately involving a family member, and I just happened to tell you about it, and you turned around to me and said, "I'll get in the car now. I'll be there in 3 hours. I'll sort it." That means a lot to me. You are considered as a really close friend. Nobody would do that unless you really meant it. So I've said it before, but I'll say it again in front of everybody. For that, that's fucking 100% respect from me and my family. That is, mate. That's awesome.
You've done the
No
same
one.
with me when I was having trouble with someone. You messaged me, look, do you need a hand with something? Do you need this? Do you need that? But it's
Oh, it's your emotional
friends do.
support dog.
Yeah, but it's just sometimes it's just that message, everything all right. Because you sometimes think that I'm miserable when I'm not. I'm just being a dickhead for the sake of it. You're like, you're right.
No,
You seem a
but
bit down. Like, nah, just felt like shouting
no,
at people.
yeah, I do that. I just read things, and got James and Rianne, Staffordshire Paranormal, two
Yeah,
people
lovely, lovely people.
who are amazing, amazing. Um, a lot of people may not like it, but I fucking don't care. Seg, side eye guy. We will message when we can, but it's just checking in. How's the family? How are things? He messaged me the other day. Just I hadn't spoke to him for a week. Just how's things? How you doing? How's the family?
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember the
Mike, real
last time.
evidence.
When was the last time any of us actually? Like, me and Mike always speak about videos because obviously Mike's doing debunking stuff. But now and again,
Yeah.
we don't. But I don't remember the last time I spoke to any of you guys about paranormal stuff.
Well, we don't.
we barely discuss
we
YouTube
don't.
And, no.
But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it, and that's why we can all trust each other. if James and me turned around to you tomorrow and said, right, I've got this great location, it's so and so, do you want to go? You'd probably turn around and say, if you're free, you'd go, yeah, without even batting an eyelid, because you trust the people that you're working with. And that's the
Yeah.
same with me.
I mean, the last time we went to the Four Crosses, I told you I had no intention of ever going back there, because the first time we went, it was so cold and flat,
It was
and
bedlam.
yeah, and I was just like, it didn't feel like there was anything there, and I had no desire to go back, but I only went because it was you, Mike, Staffy, so I was like, fuck it, yeah, go meet up with my mates and stuff. And as it was, if I'd said no, then all of us wouldn't have been left scratching our head. Oh, you guys would have been scratching your heads, and I would have been sat at home like, what the fuck? Something
You've missed
happened,
this, mate.
and I'd have missed it. Yeah, which has happened before.
You'd have
But to be
bombarded with
there-
videos and clips.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
but to be there, experience that noise, the weird noises, because it happened a few times through the night, and we'd never heard it the first time when there were more of us there, and obviously we're going back soon to investigate whatever
Skeleton
that
crew.
was.
Skeleton crew when we go back in a few
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, me, you, and Mike, and it's to work out what the fuck that noise was, because I don't. Have any of us claimed it paranormal?
I certainly didn't. Mike didn't, and no, none of us did.
No,
It was
it was
unusual. I mean, I've got a feeling, and which is what I've got. I mean, I'm not going to go into it now, but I've got a theory. Pauline, you know, right?
Paul, thanks for the
But
10 months.
I've got a feeling it maybe somebody walked past the front of the pub, so I'm going to put a hunting cam outside the front of the building. But I'm not going to go into all that now.
Yeah, it's but it's worthwhile, and I'll be fair. Obviously, we met. The owner thought I was you for some reason the last time. She's such a lovely lady. She's really
Leslie,
nice.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to investigate the folk you trust is the most important part of ghost hunting. Yeah, it is. I completely agree. But then we took you to the East Drive with us, didn't we?
I tell you what. In all seriousness, I could have spoke to Justin for hours.
Yeah, I've gone
so
East
knowledgeable.
Drive and fuck, what was the other one? In Wales, Skirridin. I've been to Skirridin with Mike as well, and yeah, he's a
Justin.
I fucking hate Justin. I hate being nice to him, but he is a wealth of knowledge because he's been in the field for so long, and obviously before my time, before your time on YouTube, he had obviously a paranormal investigation channel that influenced the channels that in turn influenced us. Which
that's why it's another guy I can trust. Another guy I can trust in my life. So
yeah, but we've got like this really good circle of friends, people we trust, people we can go and investigate, and people that won't bullshit us either. Like when we had those noises at the Four Crosses, we were all sending each other clips. Like, have you got this? Have you got this? Right, let's match them up and see if we can prove it's a ghost. Let's see if we can debunk it before anyone puts a video out and makes ourselves look a bit silly. And that's putting trust in other people with your content, with your clips, and the Google Drive. I don't think any of us have passworded anything. We just like, here's my Google Drive.
I've got no need to with the people that.
No.
Yeah, I've got no need to. People can take what they want. I mean, but we were all in a WhatsApp, weren't we? And actually saying, does anybody want this clip? Does anybody want that? Anyone want that footage?
Yeah,
no one cares.
That's Craft Lady. Thank you for the 17 months. Love seeing Beardo and Lee. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday.
But that's trust and proof that nobody's got to. For me and Staffers, for example, to offer any of our footage to two debunkers.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
how I think the first time I ever spoke to Staffies was they sent me drone footage and they were like, what's this? And I told them what I thought it was, and they were like, oh, right. And I think that's how I got onto your channel and Icon.
I don't know. There's another pair. Chris and Kim, absolutely wonderful individuals. Love them.
Yeah, lovely people. It's obviously they got their real lives and real life first. But I'd like to see them come back.
I think they are, from what I've heard.
Good. I mean, the difference in Kim. she posted a photo on Facebook the other day, and I was like, "Who's this?" I didn't have a clue who it was. I was like, "Holy shit, that's Kim!"
Who's she
She
buying
has
her
lost
injections
so
from?
much weight.
I'm kidding, Kim, if you watch it, but no, she's done really well. Chris must be loving it.
Anne Wilkinson, thank you for the 13 months. Be it only 19 days till I'm 52.
Wow.
Well, we'll wish you a happy birthday in nearly a month then.
Yeah, come back in a month.
So, location-wise, obviously we did 30 East Drive together a couple of times now. What is your opinion on East Drive? Do you think there's something to it, or do you think it's a load of nonsense?
There's something there. What that something is, I don't know. Do I believe it's a black monk running amok? No, I don't. Something that I can honestly turn around and say that if people go there and think, well, people who've never been there, should I say, and think it's the next door neighbours, it ain't the next door neighbours.
No,
You can tell by being there 10 minutes what you can hear from next door.
Yeah. And obviously when we went there, we filmed the layout of the house to say, look, everyone, all the noise is normally in Philip's room. And Philip's room is, there's nothing on the outside of it. It's the furthest point away from Carol's house.
Yeah.
That and the bathroom. So it's not her doing anything in those rooms.
No, I can't personally. I can't. I heard footsteps walking across the landing on the first night we were there. I mean, the feeling that I had when I first walked in, and then we all had sort of the same feeling, more or less different.
Well, I thought
the
I
same
saw
time.
something.
Well, you thought you saw it. I didn't think I saw anything, but I was like, "Oh, hello, this is a bit good." That was also the house where we both learned how to use a spirit level.
Yes, I still get all the shit for that. Everyone forgot
but it was me as well. Yeah, it was me as well.
That's right. Donna, happy birthday! Obviously, Donna is Wayne Dawson's better half. Met when we went up to the priest's cottage. Bristol Paranormal, thank you for the 10 months. You guys' banter is priceless. Yeah, we've spent not just time in locations, but just time on the phone and the conversations we've had. You think we're brutal to each other online? You should see us in real life.
Lots of expletives. And can I just say,
Yes.
Bristol Paranormal, you guys are awesome. I think Bristol are good guys. So
they are good guys. They're very good guys.
There's a lot of. I mean, your messages to me, I can't even say them on stream, obviously, but you don't go. It's not a normal hello.
No. Do you want to tell them what I did to you when I paid for the locations on your PayPal?
Oh yeah, well I can't remember what the one was, but it's not. I do it to Mike though as well. So I'll send him. I had to give him some tickets, but basically you've got when you send money over to people, you can. What's the money for? You could put birthday or treats or something, but also you could put sex shops or gay porn. I don't know. You could just put.
I think the first one was Ass Stretchers Anonymous or something.
That was it. That was it. That was it. But when I sent one to Mike, I put midget porn DVDs. I sent to Mike. Right. So yeah. So it was.
I sent that to you, and then I was like, "Oh, I've just done myself out of the tax for that because I could have claimed."
I know you have. You couldn't claim it.
And then the second time, I was like, "Fuck the tax." He's been in the dildo shop this time.
I know, and then the last time you totally forgot, and I was mortified.
I was gutted.
I was like, oh, shit.
I was gutted.
Oh shit! Yeah, but this is the banter when we are out, when we just going, all right, prick. But that's how we just talk to each other. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it is genuinely just going out with your mates. It's our version of going to the pub now. I think it just takes me 3.5 hours to get there.
But that's what it is. I mean, I don't know how much investigating we're going to do when we go. It's going to be me, you, and Mike. We've already organised about buying pizza and beer.
Yeah.
I mean, we've not even got there yet.
In the Four Crosses, that makes more sense because
It
it's a pub.
does. It
Go
does.
there, mates talking about. Well, you'll talk about football. I don't watch it, but mates banter, chatting, eating, drinking, being merry. That's where the original stories come from. Is that place being a working pub? So try to replicate that.
And we found as well that you tend to sort of you notice when you're having a bit of banter and you are talking, you sort of notice more with what's going on.
Yeah.
And things happen when you don't know, when you just being normal. And I think that's part of the problem with some paranormal investigators. They go in there and going, bang, right, this is what we're going to do. And I've got everything planned, what their night's going to be in their head. Just go in there and enjoy the experience. Wherever property you're at, enjoy it and just chill and relax. Have a chat with your mates, and you'll probably find more things real things may happen.
Yeah, because 30 Strive, the first time me and you did it, we didn't start investigating until gone midnight. We ordered food and put the film
We
on.
watched the
And
film.
somebody got quite scared watching it, didn't they, Lee?
No, I jumped at one bit, and that was it then. Every other time, I was sitting about 3 feet away from the TV, right?
Yeah, but
And that was it then.
And you jumped again.
Yeah, I did, because, I mean, I'm watching a film about 30 East Drive. I'm in 30 East Drive. I hear a noise, and I'm going, what the fuck's that? Yeah, so, yeah, it was just you going, you're right, Lee, a bit scared there, aren't you? Have you wet yourself or something? Right, and I'm going, no.
Yeah. See, I've been asked a couple of times, like, when you're going back to East Drive, I'm like, I did it 7 times in, like, 2 years. I want to go back, but I don't want to go back just yet, because it's a horrendous drive.
It's a bit of a, it's well for you it is. But if I did go back, if I went back there again, I'd go there for a bit longer, and I'd want you to come as well. So I'd like to do it together because of what we sort of know what we've heard before. So
yeah,
if we did hear something again, you can sort of bounce off each other and go, right, well, this is what we heard before in there. Or this is what we heard upstairs.
And I tell you what, I really enjoyed the live streaming element from there as well.
When we went to the pub and left the cameras on their own.
Yeah, not just that, but when me, you, and Real Evidence were there, we live streamed for hours into the. I streamed all night. I thought that was good as well, because obviously you can feed off the chat. The chat like, what's that? We're like, oh, that's what it sounds like to a viewer then, as opposed to us, because it turned out it was something dripping in the bathroom, wasn't it? Yeah. But it sounded almost like chattering to people watching because of compression and stuff.
Can we make sure Mike's prepared though this time? Because he was a fucking nightmare last time, wasn't it? We had to use my laptop, my wires, my other It was just oh god.
Hey, let's be fair. You didn't get Carol bursting on you when you're wearing Well, I was wearing nothing. I was pulling my clean boxer shorts up. It's all right, love. I've seen bigger. What?
No, but I had to have Carol, bless her little cotton socks, telling me about her cooker and her ex-boyfriend, and I only went to get the bloody key, and I was there 45 minutes or something, weren't I? Jesus.
Yeah. Julie, when I say it's a horrendous drive to East Drive, I don't mean the time. I mean, it should only take me 4 hours, but it takes me 5 to 6 hours. It's more just the backed up motorways and the inconsistent speed limits, and as soon as you hit the sort of Birmingham Stoke run, you're doing 20 mile an hour on a motorway. It's horrendous. There's speed cameras everywhere, and there's always accidents. I don't think we've ever gone to East Drive and not seen an accident somewhere that's backed us up.
No, it's true.
So aside from East Drive, have you got a favourite location? Is there one that stands out to you that you could do all the time with?
See, I wouldn't do I couldn't do East Drive all the time. It would drive me insane. Especially when them. Sorry, going back to East Drive just briefly. Them two strange, like feral girls who were outside the first time we went.
Yeah,
they were just staring at there. They're like the two girls from The Shining, just standing there, like at the top of them. Can we look inside? I was like, no. But where else would a place that stood out to me? I mean, I do love the Hissing Farmhouse. I do love that place. But for me, a place that I could go back to over and over again would be that Dudley Rider School,
Hmm.
the abandoned schoolhouse. I know that Paul and Mark have been there not so long ago, and they got stuff. And every time we've been there, we've got something. I mean, that place. I thought I'd play with the kids and just go, not 3 times. Let's play hide and seek. And I knocked the wall, and nothing happened for a little while. And next thing you know, you hear. And I was like, what? I can't explain that.
Coomsey, they were the local wildlife. One of them was like, "You're not really going in there. You'll die." We've been in there loads. We're not gonna die. And then the other one was like, "Can I come in with you guys?" And we were like, "Listen,
no,
we are not taking children on the investigations with us. So, but can I just put my head in? Can I have a look around?" No, sorry.
You can stay there. We'll leave the door open. And you can look in from there. Don't come in. But yeah.
It's a weird old place.
I do like it. I do like it.
I do. It's only because I did it so. 7 visits on 9
That's
nights.
A lot of fucking visits, man. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, to the point where I don't need my sat nav to get there anymore. I mean, I need the sat nav to get to your house every time because of that fucking road work they're doing.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. HS2, God love them.
I keep getting lost around it. I only know when I'm close to your house because of the service station. You know the one just past.
Just open your window and you'll smell.
But if you go from Leeds to 30 East Drive, and Mrs. Geek has seen the same thing, I took her parents past it, and every time I drive past it, I go, "Oh, there you go. That's where you can refuel or buy some cock and muff films," because there's like a big sign that says fuel, fuel and porn.
There actually is, and it's about a 15-minute drive from my home. It's great. You got petrol station, a Holiday Inn opposite, and then you've got your own pawn shop.
Yeah, it's yeah. Like look, that's my halfway marker. That is, I know I'm nearly there. Then.
Oh, great stuff! I see the paranormal party poopers in. He's another good guy. He's somebody I can trust as well.
Or girl.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Or a girl.
He's a girl. Or girl. Yes, but
pretty eyes. I've been on.
I think it's the voice. I think it's the voice.
Them. I don't know. It's the eyes. It's those baby blues, you know.
I don't know. She has a lovely, beautiful voice.
Yeah. So I've completely brain farted now.
It's right. This happens to it. This is when we chat. It's fine. Hi, welcome everybody.
Thank you, Harry Hill.
Who's put that? Ah, Triple P.
Ah, dear. So what investigations have you got? Obviously, we've got the 4 crosses. Me, you, and Mike coming up. Yeah. What else have you got in the pipeline? If you've got anything.
Well, we've had a bit of a break, on and off for the last several months. I can talk about some of it. With myself, in regards to myself, I've had really bad issues with my hips. Everybody knows it. And if she ever watches this, Alison from Adelaide Haunted Horizons, thank you for forcing me to go to the doctors. Because I went and I've got issues with both my hips. I've had a steroid injection in both of my hips done recently. It leads us look like Harry Hill. Yeah, I've got something in my eye again. But so I've got more maneuverability, so I'm ready to go back out. Simon, man, that geezer's been through a lot, but he's on the mend, and we're hopefully going out next week to film our first batch of stuff.
I met Simon for the first time at the 4 Crosses. He's a very, very nice, very funny guy.
He's so dry. He very, very cracks a smile, but everything that comes out of his face, to me, is hilarious. I've known Simon before. Simon and myself are like family, because Simon's sister and my brother had a kid together. So we're both uncles to a young lady. Well, She's not so young anymore. She's in her 20s, I think. Leo will sponsor that. Yes, please do, man. I'd like to have the Leo Sayer look, like the big perm.
Yeah, that was wild when you sent me that.
Harry Hill, if he failed at medical school. Justin. It's so true.
Yes, Julie, Lee's hips are ready for action.
They
Boom,
are.
Wow, wow.
I'm like the anti-Shakira. The hips do lie.
So, away from the paranormal, you've done some other videos down in London, which I've told you are my favourite videos of yours that you've done around the
travel
graveyards
stuff
and stuff. Yeah. You got any more plans to do more of that?
Always doing travel stuff. I'm going to. I'm doing a little travel thing about a day in. It was you. You inspired me to this one. I haven't told you, but I'm going for a day in Stratford upon Avon. So I'm going to. Yeah, I've been there before, but years ago. So I'm going back again just for the day. Just telling some of the stories and some of the history, but I'm going down to. I'm not going to give the location yet, but I've already booked it. I'm going down to the south of England for a break. Right, this is my idea to go for a break. I happened to mention it to a mutual friend called Parple, who's going to film a couple of episodes of Tripwrecked down there. So he's coming in the van. So my nice peaceful few days away by the beach. No, but I'm looking forward to it. No,
although we know him better and we see his quiet moments, his contemplative moments. They're very few and far between. Normally on an inhale.
But he's such a great guy. He's such a good, genuine. Apart away from the chaos, he's such a good, genuine, honest guy. You know. But so if he wants to come down and go, come on then, let's film some shit, I'm in.
Beardo was straight going through some ancient tunnel. Oh, that was the Devil's Tunnel in Pont Stickler. That was a wet day. That it's middle of summer, but like torrential downpours. Oh yeah, Lee, do you get lost as well as Beardo?
Yeah, I'm terrible for it. Simon's so good at like navigation. Yeah, I remember that tree. Well, I don't. We've never walked. Yeah, we did, and turns out Simon's absolutely bang on every time. I'm terrible.
Laura Wilson, thank you for the $9.99. Beardo, please get Lee a drink on me and Casty me when you next meet. I know all too well how horrendous hip pain is.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's not been great, but I feel all right now. I feel like I could do spinaroonies like bucket tea now. I feel like I can do that.
So you had issues with your feet as well, didn't you? Like horrendous pain in your feet. All right, it was gout. So that's under control now, is it?
I've got on pills for that. Papa calls me Henry VIII.
Are you still cycling? Because you cycle everywhere, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good. I mean, granted, it's an electric bike, but you still have to do sort of power, and it's good to keep your legs moving. And but yeah, I try and anywhere I can cycle, I will cycle too. So yeah, I try and just keep my legs moving, even though my hips did hurt at the time, and cycling was a pain. I mean, a physical pain. I just keep going, keep the legs moving. It was all part of physio, so yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to get out. I mean, I don't.
I can't wait till the summer to get my 360 camera out, and I've got the new DJI Nano camera, so I'm going to test that out, and I just want to go out there and start just filming little bits about where I go and just bike rides and stuff like that. Just random shit, really.
That 360 camera is a good bit of kit, as long as you got the light for it.
Yeah, you need light.
It doesn't do well in low light, does it?
Absolutely bloody awful.
It's the only thing that stopped me getting one. Because when you first got in, sent me footage, I was like, ooh, for layouts of rooms, and yeah, fantastic. But you know what it's like in 30 East Drive, it's a fucking black hole in there. Even in the daytime with your cameras on, they're dark. Everything's dark in East Drive.
Well, it is, but you could open the curtains at East Drive, and you could, if it was during the day, and you could just leave it, doing a complete full 360, and you could do I think you could do a live stream from it. I think Mike asked me that, and I never tested it actually, so I'll have to have a look at that, see if I can live stream from the 360. But yeah, I've got some, I've got a couple of new little cameras, and I want to test out, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting back out there again. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk to walls and get fuck all.
Just talk to the damp and
talk to the walls.
Wallpaper. Get excited. Oh, that paint peel looks really cool there. Look.
Yeah, look at me. We're sitting here talking to nothing, being exposed by molecules of black moss. And, oh, look, there's a unicorn over there. No, we need to move to another room. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it.
Bristol Paranormal Hunters for the £10. Save this, you two, for a beer at the Jamaica Inn at the end of the year. We'll give you extras when we get there. Wait, what type of extras are we talking about here?
Oh, I don't like the sound of their extras.
No.
Just don't use your teeth.
Silver Lady, don't have a filter on this studio lighting. Jesus. Doesn't Lee talk to himself anyway? Yes. Although Lee is fantastic to have on a car journey. Because if you're tired, Lee will guaranteed keep you awake with a conversation. Whereas Dean, fucker.
He's gone in 10 minutes.
Dean, you got one job, keep us awake. Yeah, all right.
He was useless. You almost did. Oh, dear me. That made me laugh.
And then it was obviously going to your. I love going to your house because the dog is mental. Your mum is lovely, and she's like, coffee, bacon sandwich, do you want sausage and bacon sandwich? I'm good, honest.
Yeah. Even when you finish that, do you want another one? Yeah.
Yeah, snacks for the road, and then I drop you off. And she's trying to give me more snacks to drive. Are you sure you've had enough sleep? Have you got enough water? Bless her.
She's brilliant. She takes after my grandparents. My grandparents did exactly the same. And so yeah, it's she's a bloody good egg. She's awesome.
Yeah, lovely lady. Slick, thank you for the £5. I got out of Plymouth for the first time in half a year. It felt great. So it's Beardo's fault at the Jamaica Inn now. Everything's my fault. Everything is my fault. Yeah, so obviously when we went to East Drive the first time, we had all those noises when we were sleeping, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's just the house settling." It's like it wasn't. It sounded like somebody was launching furniture around, yet none of us shared it, which is bizarre.
I remember, and I mentioned it on my video the following morning. Before I'd even spoken to you guys, I literally woke up and pulled the camera on myself and said, I think, and this is all on the video, I think I heard somebody walking across the landing last night. I'll have to have a chat with the other guys about that and see if they heard anything, which I did off camera. And, well, one person was downstairs, and then you've got Dean, yourself, and myself upstairs. And none of us went to the loo in the night. The person who was downstairs had a downstairs toilet, so we had no need to go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I heard walking across that landing.
That was the same night that I had the drawer, something like the drawer handle being pulled open and let go in Philip's room.
Don't know. Can't explain it.
No,
paranormal. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. It needs more. Thing is, though, I watched a doc. Sorry to interrupt you, but I watched a documentary. I've been watching a load of these old documentaries from like the 60s, 70s, BBC stuff from the archives.
Yeah.
And this guy turned around and said, the presenter turned around and said, do you think there's stuff going on in there? And this guy turned around and said, well, in an upper English accent, well, I don't know. It could take 6 months, 12 months, 2 years to find out if anything's going on. It would need further investigation. And I turned around and went, you're absolutely right. And this was a
Yeah.
guy from 1973 or whatever year it was. And they're going back there week after week or every other month because you can't tell if a place is going to be. If anyone turns around and says that place is haunted, how do you know? Without further investigation, you need to do it again and again and again. And that's why I don't give a shit about going back to the Four Crosses again. If viewers don't like us going back to the same location, fine, don't watch. And that's with all due respect. But to find out if a place is haunted, it needs further investigation. So don't be shocked if you're going to see multiple visits to multiple locations that we've been to before on our channel, especially over the next 12 months, 2 years, because we're going to go back.
Yeah, especially somewhere like East Drive, where so many of our circle of friends have had experiences there. And it's not like we've all had experiences every time we've gone. It's really, really intermittent. And it seems we've all experienced something, but it's only one or two things across numerous visits. And that's still more than I get anywhere else.
Even Paul James from Staffordshire Paranormals had nothing. Nothing. And he's been there twice and got zip. Nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been there 7 times and I've only ever had two things worth noting. And then the third one I dismissed when I shouldn't have, was when I thought I saw somebody in the house when we walked in. And I dismissed it as high EMF and I shouldn't have.
Well, you were right to do that at the time. But after further investigation, we know what the story was with that.
Yeah, essentially, I was looking at out-of-date information on the effects of EMF, and there's been studies done since, and obviously I've read those studies, and EMF doesn't cause visual hallucinations, and for me, I think did Dean see as well? But yeah, Dean saw the top of the stairs, didn't he? He thought he saw somebody come out of the bathroom. And again, we dismissed it because the EMF was so high there. But then the whole house, the wiring is shagged in that place.
The wiring's screwed in that place. Let's face it, because we actually pinpointed it, didn't we, from the kitchen to the toilet upstairs, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Didn't we, on the toilet floor?
Yeah.
But yeah, I never saw anything. I didn't see anything, even the corner of the eye stuff in that place. But did I get a weird, like, hair standing on end feeling? Yeah, I did as soon as the second I walked in. I do have a theory on that, though. I do have a theory on why I walked into that building and went, holy shit, and I got hairs on my hand, on my arm. It's 30 East Drive. I've seen videos. I've seen multiple videos on people investigating this place. And I think walking into that building and then just looking, because the second you walk in, you turn around and then you've got that corridor and the staircase. I think it might have just given me a bit of a goosebumpy moment to think I'm actually here.
Do you remember the conversation we had when we walked in and you said that you had the goosebumps? And I was like, I thought I just saw something, but yeah, I've got it. I was like, but it's my 3rd time here. And the conversation as I was walking in was like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but it was like, yeah, you'll walk in and realise just like, it smells like your nan's house. And I was like, whoa. And I had it the first time I went there, like you, was like, oh, because of the stories, you're primed for it. My 3rd time there, having nothing happened up to that point, and then to have that feeling when I walked in was bizarre. I think that's the strangest night I've ever spent at East Drive.
Yeah, it was. I can't explain the footsteps that we heard. Well, that I heard anyway. The feeling when I walked in, I think, might have been down to the fact that it's like when I had the same feeling when I went to Wembley Stadium for the first time. It was that, like, walking in and seeing the pitch at Wembley Stadium, goosebumps. And I think that was probably it. You know, you're walking in and you're seeing something which is iconic, and you've seen it for yourself with your own eyes, and gives you that little tingle and the hair standing on end. I think when I think back on it, and the more I think about it, that maybe that might have been it. But I don't, like I said, I don't know. That's just another theory.
Yeah. Dean's just said there, it was me. It was him that I said it to about it being like walking into your nan's house. Yeah, that was. the strangest one for me, because it was like, yeah, it just feels like we had the initial eerie feeling when we walked in, then we were just fucking about and watching the film, but that's the time where I kept being like, oh, I don't know, I kept looking behind me all the time, and I was a bit more on edge. I'm sure that's the time where we heard girls giggling, and then we realised it was grandkids on the Xbox in the bedroom
Well, yeah, well,
upstairs.
we all went into separate rooms, didn't we? And we to try and listen out for stuff. The thing is, though, it was during the summer school holidays, wasn't it? We went,
Yeah,
and so the kids were awake. So for anybody that wants to go to East Drive, and you are going during the school 6 week summer holidays, don't think you're going to start even doing proper investigating and calling out till about 11, 12 o'clock at night when everyone's
yeah,
gone to bed.
yeah. Glasgow Ghost Hunters, thanks for the £5. Lee, who's the funniest investigator you've worked with, and who's the most serious?
Oh, the funniest. I can't really say Parple because he's not an investigator. But the funniest investigator I've ever worked with would probably be you, Beardo. You're fucking hilarious, man. You know, I can't concentrate. Who's the most serious? um, it's got to be James.
Yeah,
Staffordshire Paranormal James. Rianne and James are chalk and cheese, right?
yeah,
Rianne is the one that wants to get in there and let's go down to the cellar. Oh, let's have a cheeky drink. Although James is like, oh, I'll have one, but I'm not sure about going down into the cellar. He's probably the most serious, but he's bloody brilliant. But he's the most serious one, definitely.
yeah. I've got all the time in the world for them, Pay. All the time in the world for them, Pay. It's such a nice couple, and yeah,
Oh, awesome.
the shit he gets, and he never ever bites back. He never ever he doesn't even clap back with banter. He just laughs and says, "Oh yeah, I suppose I do look like Keir Starmer."
Yeah, he
Bite
does.
back, will you?
Yeah, it's very rare you hear him swear, but when he does swear, you go, oh, James, what did you say? But yeah, he's the most serious. He's brilliant. Both of them are just awesome.
Yeah, Rihanna's a bit of a dark horse as well, isn't she? She's got a really her sense of humour is more in line with ours than you'd expect James to
Yeah,
be more like us.
Rianne's an honorary dude, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's
Why is everyone
awesome.
posting the time in the chat?
What? Oh shit! Yeah, what's going on?
I'm lost.
Why is
I'm
Justin
lost.
remaining silent? I don't know.
No clue. So, have you got any collaborations in the pipeline that you want to talk about? Obviously, there's me,
you and Mike. I'm going to be teaming up with a channel that I'm not going to. I've opened my mouth now, so it's a channel. I'll tell you after the stream anyway. But a channel's been working with that has worked with people who've been debunked in the past, who wants to get away from it. James and Rianne have worked with them previously, like recently, and I've been approached if I wanted to go out and work with them, and I've said yes. If you turn around and went, I don't want to work with those people anymore, and I want to do my own shit, I don't want to be associated with them, then you've got my time.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say who it is yet because I don't want to put them in a situation as yet, but they're not here, so I can't speak on their behalf. But yeah, we're going to be meeting up. I'm hoping to meet up with what's going on overseas at the moment when it comes to oil. As long as as long as that plays out, I'm hoping to meet up with Adelaide Haunted Horizons. So yes, that's going to be happening. But anything else that comes along, really. I'm up for meeting up with anybody as long as they're all right and they're fine, they're decent people. But I'm quite happy with my own little clique of people at the moment, if that makes sense. I'd rather.
That's
I'm
weird.
happy
Everyone's
with.
saying that they can't see those time comments, and I'm scrolling up, and now I can't see them. But I definitely saw people saying it's 7:57. Loads of them, and now they've all gone.
Oh yeah, they have on mine as well. I can't
What was
see
that about?
a demon.
That's it. We had a demon on our live stream. It's because I watched Paranormal. I didn't watch Paranormal Files. You shit.
You're a liar. You did. With your trousers down by your ankles as well.
Oh, Lee. Oh,
sorry.
Dear.
I want to meet you, Lee. Do you? Thank you. You will. You never know. We'll sort something out in the future, maybe. You never know.
Beardo's hexed again. Must be that hex. He's retired from hexing now because he couldn't find squirrel blood or some shit. Oh dear.
What?
Oh, you missed that, didn't you? The guy
I missed that.
Been hexing me for 6 months said he's retired because he can't find squirrel blood to complete his hex.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a shame. Did you try eBay?
Or outdoors, because I don't think he's ever fucking been there.
Shitty now. Squirrel blood. I love it.
So, something I wanted to... Obviously, I know the answer to it, but one of the reasons that you do your channel, I think, is absolutely fantastic. And you've always said you don't give a shit about monetization, growth, or any of that. You're just documenting it because you want a legacy for your nephew. It is your nephew, isn't it? Yeah.
All of them, nephews, nieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
It's when I mean, like most people, the first it was lockdown, and you find yourself. Well, I found myself pretty much drinking myself to oblivion, where I was borderline of alcoholic. To be fair, it was. I mean, yeah, I'm having a beer now, but I know when to have a beer. You know what I mean? You know, so I know when, but I didn't. It was drinking myself to oblivion. It was pretty bad. And I found out I was just watching YouTube videos all day, and then my grandfather had not long passed away, and which leads into why I've sort of started doing it. And I was it was the Ouija brothers. They talk like similar to how I talk. They're from Wolverhampton. I used to go up with a girl from where they live, so it was. I started watching them. The whole pretty much back catalogue of Ouija Brothers stuff. And then the money came through from my grandfather's estate. And we all got given a gift. I mean, how it works, you can't actually get given money. I mean, you know, don't you? You get given a gift from the estate. So I used my gift to purchase a camera and other bits and bobs and the local cemetery. and that's pretty much how it started, really. But I didn't do it for that, like you quite rightly said. It was the way my grandfather, you know, but my grandfather actually was really, after my nan passed away. Now, when you got two people who were of a certain age in their 70s, and this was like 10 odd years ago, it was always the woman who did everything in the house. But it was my nan who had the pinning on all the time and used to feed, do the cooking, do the cleaning. The man was the provider, and that's how it always was with my nan and granddad. They were brought up in that era, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. That was just that's how they lived. So when my nan passed away, my nan had throat cancer, and she was fed through a tube in her chest, in her stomach, sorry, and she got a cough. That's how she died. She had a cough and she had a bit of phlegm, but because she was being fed through her stomach and nothing could come out of her mouth when she had the cough, yeah. So my granddad, after my nan passed, he couldn't cope. He was quite ill a couple of times. Went into hospital and said, "I'm not coming into hospital again." And he came out of hospital. He was home for about 2 days. Said he didn't feel very well, and then said, "Well, I'm not going into hospital again." And then the following morning, my mum rang him to see, "Are you all right?" As she did every morning. And he was all fidgety and stuff like that. My mum had a second sense and went, "Well, I'm going to come over and see you." He's like, "No, don't bother." My mum went. My mum rang my brother, who lives nearby, and they both turned up at the same time. And my grandfather had unalived himself while he was on the phone to my mum. Yeah, so that was that affected pretty much the whole family big time.
Yeah.
But that is another reason why I still do what I do. Is if my granddad could find a way to say hi to everybody and apologise, he would try. So not only do I do it for that reason, I do it so my nephews and nieces and my family, because YouTube's going nowhere. It's for everybody to see my family and go, "That was your Uncle Lee. That's your great Uncle Lee. That was your great great Uncle Lee back in the 21st century." You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's the reason. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to monetize. Well, I do monetize it, obviously, because it's petrol money and stuff like that. It helps.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't aim to put a video out every week. If I wanted to I'll do a live stream every week if I wanted to earn money from it. I would put all sorts of shit up on it if I wanted to earn money from it. It's not my job. I've got a job. That's what earns me money. This is just documentation for me, my family, and you beautiful people who like to watch.
Yeah, it's obviously when we were younger, it was like, "Oh, here's your great grandfather," and there was like 1 or 2 photographs if you were lucky. But beyond that, you'd get a description. "Oh yeah, he was a big guy or a little guy." But now we've got like, "Oh yeah, there's your great great Uncle Lee. He was a ghost hunter back in the day," and they can all go, "Ghost hunting? What's the point in that? We know they're real. It's been proved."
That's it. So I might be in the Smithsonian Museum one day.
Yeah. Do you prefer buildings or outside to investigate, Lee?
Depends on the time of year.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody likes doing summer, outdoor investigations in the winter.
No. In this, but I mean, do I prefer? I prefer outside. That's what I prefer. But indoor locations, you've got more. You're in more control of your environment from the inside. Outside, you haven't got that much control from bats are the worst. Bats, rabbits, mice. You got all sorts of all that environment, that you have to contend with and keep into consideration, which I didn't back in the day. But now I'm a bit more wise about it. But indoors, you can sort of scope the place out. Right, there's a hole in the floor there. There's a hole in the roof there. There's pigeon shit down on the floor. So, you're a bit more to control. So I prefer outside because I just like being outside and I just like those haunted wood type of feelings, forest and that.
Yeah.
But realistically, inside is better, if that answers your question. Hello, Cag. You're all right, my mate. I love Cag. Well, I prefer Alison.
What's been your most frightening experience? Hi, Cag.
The most frightening wasn't even paranormal. I shit myself, and that was we were investigating an old abandoned farmhouse, and I think James and Rianne were there, and we swapped places. So James and Rianne waited outside for half an hour, and Simon and myself were inside, and we were trying to. We'd heard a couple of things anyway. I think a REM pod went off, so we were all a bit on edge. Well, me and Simon were. And Simon went to pull something out of his pockets, and it was the time we were using cat balls. And as he pulled something out of his pocket, he dropped a cat ball on the floor, but in a wooden floor, but it was pitch black darkness. And I went, "Oh, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you doing that. Thanks for knocking." And Simon just starts pissing himself, going, "It was a fucking cat ball. I dropped it out of my pocket, but I shit myself. I almost had wee and everything. It was bad."
I saw
But
it done in the
it was
whatever the
horrible.
haunted school is. I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh, Dudley Rider School, the one that we went
Um,
to.
no, the one I did in the last summer. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
I can't
guy's
remember.
name, but it was an event, and I was just sort of off in the corner filming the event. And I could see this guy fiddling with his torch, and he dropped his torch. The bang was horrendous, but I could see it happen in real time, so I didn't jump. I just saw people take off. It was amazing fun.
I shit, but when you pitch black darkness and you see you're asking for somebody to knock. Can you knock now for me? Bang! Right, I fucking cacked in my pants. I honestly shit myself. But the real scary book was Dell Cemetery. Dell's abandoned cemetery is it is literally probably the size of a cul-de-sac, if that. It's just the church has gone. The church got burnt down years ago, and there's a little side building with no roof, and it's about the size of a shed. I've been there several times, and it's like you can hear people walking around you, and to the point where me and Simon going, "Fuck this, man! I don't know if it's a human or a ghost, but I'm going." And frightened, no. Dubious and a little bit scared. Yeah, we've got to go. I can't. If anything that's going to involve potential human beings fucking about with you, I'm gone.
Yeah. Lee, would you eat a hot dog with mayo?
Absolutely not. Next question.
Exactly. George Jarvis School. That's it. Thank you very much, Alrar.
Yeah.
Lee, have you ever done a Ouija board, and do you believe in them?
Yeah, done a few. Done a few Ouija board sessions. Do I believe in them? No. I'm willing to carry on doing them though, just in case something happens, like it catching fire or something. Then I'll believe in it. But
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't
Imagine
it just going like that?
Fake.
Yeah, man, I'd love that shit. But I'd carry on doing it. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me in the slightest at all because I don't believe in them. Anything that comes in a box with ages 5 and up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's a toy, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you had one paranormal device permanently stuck to your hand and it would never come off, which would you pick?
Fuck off. One paranormal device stuck to my hand, and that is a brilliant. Who that's that? Paranormal engineer. I like you. You're a good guy. I like your stuff. God. That's a bloody good question, isn't it? A torch.
Good shout. I'd probably have gone with camera.
Oh, that's a good. That's a good one as well. I like that.
Even though it's for documenting, it's still part of your investigation kit, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't like it, because sometimes you need 2 hands to go to the toilet.
Show off.
You just need to.
How is Corvette?
Yeah. No, one to undo the zip, and the other one for the tweezers. How's Corvette? How's Corvette? She's on special assignment.
Oh yeah.
Out to Mongolia. She's in Iran.
Right. I pick the spirit level so I can fight people off from a distance.
At an angle.
Extend the aerial and just jab people in the eye with it.
Oh, yeah, but you wouldn't, though, wouldn't you? Because if you extend the air and you went to jab somebody in the eye, it'll just retract itself.
It's still bloody hurt, though, wouldn't it?
In the eyeball. Retract itself. Oh, if you aims really like a Dalek's eye socket, like you just get it right in there. Yeah, that's a good one.
Who are your favourite old ladies to investigate with?
Hinge and Bracket, you pair. You Hinge and Bracket. Come on, Cag, you know them. But yes, you pair are absolutely bloody lovely, and yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm still not forgiving them for the fucking singing. I'm not singing fucking 20 minutes later, there's me looking awkward as shit, singing Bohemian Rhapsody, feeling like I'm in an empty building, feeling like there's about 500 people going, look at you, you knob.
I
I was
know.
like, ah.
I did it. We were singing all wartime, so we were singing "It's a Long Way to Tipperary" and all that stuff in an old bunker. But the second time, I refused to sing and sort of sunk my back out the picture like Homer Simpson when he walked into that hedge. That meme. Yeah, that was the sort of I just sort of drifted myself off. But yeah, we were singing all sorts of stuff. Craig, who was all jazz hands and loving it at the time, he was awesome with it. He loved it.
I remember trying to interview Craig once. He didn't have a fucking off button. He was singing and giving it all this. So I was, fuck, he's a character, isn't he?
Craig is all theatre. He's one of the most unbelievably camp straight men you have ever met.
Yeah.
He's
lovely guy.
Brilliant. He is awesome.
Right. What is your favourite paranormal book?
A book when I had when I was a kid. In fact, I actually loved it that much. I didn't want to give it back to the library, so I stole it from the library when I was about like 14. It's Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World.
I think that's the one. Justin is always on about those. Stays with books.
Oh, it had everything in there from the story about the Ball Erectory to spontaneous human combustion. To the point where the pictures were like some of the pictures. It was quite graphic. I mean, they had like you'd see a fireplace, a black sort of burn on the carpet, somebody's like Zimmer frame, and then a leg. It was great. It was great. All of a lead, but the old Victorian pictures as well of like the ectoplasm coming out of people's noses and stuff like that. It had all that. Oh, what a book! What a book! And some of the stories in there were great.
What's a place you've always wanted to investigate and why?
I mean, you've got the obvious ones, haven't you? But ones you can get to, I would say. I mean, I'd love to do like Waverly Hills, the sanatorium. I mean, what a just even if I don't get in it, I just like to stand and look at it from the outside because what a building that is. Oh, hang on, what's that? Sorry. If Lee had 3 hairs on top of his head, he would look like Homer Simpson. Now I can go, doing it. I like doing it. But Waverly Hills.
If you could do your first investigation again, what would you change or do different?
In everything. Everything. My first investigation was on my own. It's not on YouTube anymore because I thought I'd take everything off because it was fucking awful. Yeah, I wouldn't be so naive and thinking everything that happened was potentially real. This is why some of the new investigators that are coming out nowadays, you would have thought some of them would have done their research and watched stuff before they posted stuff. When I first started, it was literally just after COVID, and there wasn't as many paranormal channels as there are now. So I didn't really have much frame of reference, really, about what was real and what isn't. But nowadays, you can look at stuff. So I was very naive, and a camera glitch was probably a ghost, and a bush moving in the background was paranormal, and that's what I would change. I would just change. I wouldn't change the way I did it because that was just my first investigation. But I would change.
Learning curve.
Yeah, I would probably change the way that I saw things at the time and just realized that no, it's not paranormal. It could be this, and I didn't at the time.
Yeah. Is there any way that you'd love to investigate but no longer have the chance, for example, through demolition, redevelopment, or simply not in a safe condition anymore?
Number 1, Ball Erectory. First, top of my list. Top of my list.
Yeah.
Ball Erectory.
We had There was a question asked last week if you could go back in time to any specific haunting, which one would you do? And Bawley's like in my top 3, but I was like, I'd have to go to East Drive. I would have to go there while the family were there experiencing it and see and experience it for myself. Because if that's real, incredible.
Green Street
Or
as well.
Green Street or
Yeah.
Battersea. The Battersea
Ah,
poltergeist story
yeah.
is one of my favourite stories ever.
But I'd go. I'd love to join. What his name was? It Maurice? Oh,
Maurice Grossman.
that's it.
Gross?
I'd just love to be his assistant. Just go in there and just investigate that during the Conjuring House 2 house in London, Green Street. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I'd love that.
To go there and experience and get to the root of I'd be amazing. Any of those sort of big ones. Because somebody said they'd like to go back to Amityville. I was like, I'm fucking haunted. And I certainly wouldn't want to go back to the initial incident to kick that off because I don't want to get fucking shot.
No, don't go back. I choked on air. Sorry. Don't go back there when during the incident.
No. Why are you called 3 Spires?
Pretty simple, really. I live in a city called Lichfield, which is in Staffordshire in the UK, and we have a cathedral, and it has 3 spires on the cathedral. Most companies around the area have got 3 Spires plumbing, and you've got 3 Spires valeting services down the road. So 3 Spires paranormal, why not? And that's pretty simple, really. Pretty boring, should I say? But yeah.
If you could work with a husband and wife team from Lowescroft, who would it be? I can't think of anyone from there.
It's a tough one. I mean, you've got that weird couple who live there. You got Pauline and what's the other one? The one that gets hammered on live streams. What's her name again?
Yeah.
Claire. Paul and Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to work with them, pal. But you know what? In all seriousness, I think we'd have a right laugh. I don't think we'd investigate. I think we'd just have a right laugh.
We were in the priest's cottage. It must have been 4 hours before we'd even turned the camera on. And we'd already been for a meal. Sat around the table for hours chatting, and then we got into the property. Just didn't even unpack our bags. Our bags were all stacked up in the kitchen. We all just sat around in the living room talking.
But it's when we went to Four Crosses as well. We got that buffet out, and we didn't even start filming until God knows what.
No, and even when Mike tried to take control at one point, he was like, right, let's start investigating. And then he was like, one more bit of quiche.
James and Rianne made some good sandwiches. It was good.
Yeah. We took a buffet with us. It was great.
I think it was the best idea, Jack. That was Rianne's idea to take a buffet. Genius.
Yeah, that was a really good night there. And to come away from there with like, what the fuck happened last night? That was really, really weird. Because that voice that we kept hearing, is there somebody walking past? But it to us seemed like the same voice saying the same thing over and over again.
It was in the building. To me, it was in the
building. And it sounded to me that it was in that sort of main foyer until we went there. Every time we went there, it stopped. And we were trying to investigate acoustics and the bathroom. And
well, when we go next, I'm taking my laptop with me, so we can review any live footage if we need to. So I'm going to do that next time we go. So,
how long would you survive in Steve's House of the Dead? I wouldn't fucking go in there.
Probably as long as Seg did.
I wouldn't even grease that fucking idiot with my presence.
Seg did
if you
good.
had a superpower that could be used during investigations, what would it be and why?
X-ray vision.
Perfect.
Yeah, just so I can spy on Mike from Real Evidence and talk. No, I'm kidding. But also you hear a knock in another room. And just go, I can just start pull a Clark Kent. Yeah, don't worry, it's just a rat.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Superpower. Can you keep it after? Because if it is, I want Wolverine bone claws. Fuck the
During
ghost
an
hunting.
investigation?
Yeah.
Why?
This would look cool as fuck on camera, wouldn't it? Is there
would.
anyone
Oh
there?
my God.
Boys, look!
Then we'd all be like that. It would be great.
It'd backfire horribly, though, wouldn't it? Because I'm not Wolverine. So it'd be like, boys, what's this? The claws pop out. They're like, ah! That really fucking hurt!
Yeah, or they go,
don't
bing, and they go, ooh. Just droop.
Steve doesn't like Beardo anyway. Yeah, apparently. I only shit talk him to grow my channel, even though I never made a fucking video about him.
Apparently, according to what Seg's undercover footage.
Bizarre, man. Beardo, I'd love to see Lee visit Candleston Castle. I'd like to take Lee to Candleston Castle.
Yeah, we'll arrange something. We'll sort something out. I'll come down to Cardiff and you can pick me up.
Yeah, try and get you down in the summer, and
we'll
go down there for the night because it's an awesome place. One of the creepier ones. It's one of those where you walk up to and you're like, oh. Even in the day, I've taken Glasgow Ghost Hunters there, and they were like, oh, it's a bit, oh. And they went in the day. Phil Fahab took him there in the day, and he was like, it's a bit fucking creepy in here, isn't it? So yeah,
that was during the day.
Something, yeah, just something about it. And I said to him, right, I said to you that there's something that happens every time I'm here. I said, what do you hear? And he went, fuck, nothing. Where's the birds? Where's the wildlife? I was like, it'll start back up. But I've never gone there, and it's just suddenly goes silent. I don't know if there's something to do with the farm. Oh, there's tons and tons of farmland around it, so I don't know if there's something that attracts the wildlife at certain times of day, whether they feed in or muck in or bizarre, absolutely bizarre.
I mean, I've heard whether it's true or not, and I don't know. I really don't know. I'm no expert, but it's like weather patterns can also affect if a wind's coming in a certain direction. Animals don't like it, so they all disappear off. And birds, if they know a storm's coming, they sort of migrate to another area. So I mean, that's just another thing that I personally think is why sometimes you don't hear anything. Electricity, I always look out for pylons as well. So I mean, I look for pylons at every single location I go to anyway. So
yeah, there's fuck all there.
There's
nothing there. You can't
ley lines.
Signal there.
Witchcraft.
Bollocks, so innit? If money was no question and you could be taken direct to the police in any part of the world, what would you pick and why?
If money was no object in a part of the world for an investigation, to any place, I mean Waverley Hills, obviously, but if it was a place that you legitimately have got no chance of getting to ever, most people in the UK are going to say the same thing, and that's probably the Tower of London.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, that place has got some fucking history on it, man.
Yeah, talking of Candleston Dean, feels like there's someone standing behind you there at night. Granny Dumpling. Would definitely like it on Candleston again. It was like we tuned into something when we were there last time. And Glasgow, you and I heard something at Candleston, and we both turned. Yeah, and middle of the day. It was.
I think I should come down.
Middle of the day.
I'll come down. One weekend and pick me up from Cardiff Station or something. We'll go down there. Go to County Ugly on the way. Right.
If it were possible, would either of you like to investigate Drake's Island in Plymouth? I've never
heard of Drake's Island? I have, and I want to know why. Drake's Island. It is actually an island as well that nobody goes on, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody lives there.
I've never heard of it.
Just...
But I'll go anywhere, I will. What's more important, investigating or debunking? Same thing.
Yeah, both are exactly the same thing. Investigating and debunking is the same thing, in my opinion. I will just press on that just for a moment, though. I do sometimes have to stop myself sometimes because I do think I find myself debunking too much in my head and have to actually stop myself going, well, hang on, like, what if it is actually real? Instead of it going, it could be this, it could be that, going, well, just hold yourself back. Stop debunking everything. Could it
Yeah.
just have that little thing? Could it actually be something? So let's
I
investigate that as
find
well.
I find myself actively at locations arguing with myself in my own head to just let it go and be like, no, just believe for a second. Because if it
Mm,
is something, maybe it'll turn into something else if you just try to believe. And then my own brain is then telling me, yeah, but now you know that you're pretending, and they know you're pretending, and then I just do laps around in my brain, and then somebody will go, "Do you hear me then, Beardo?" And I'll go, "What?" Sorry, just arguing with
that's
myself.
pretty much it is. But I always get told, but I do go, oh, it could be this, or what if it's that? And the last person, it was James from Staffordshire Paranormal actually that actually told me off a little bit. He went, "You just got to stop doing that. You know, it's not. What if it is something?" Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely. It might have been
Ah.
Rihanna actually, but it was one of them. We went, listen, just keep an open mind. What if it is something? But obviously, keep that skepticism in your head. Well, it could be this. Let's get
Yeah,
more evidence. Let's get more data.
but I
Excuse
think
me.
being skeptical, being skeptical is being open-minded as well, because you're being open to
Of
the
course it is.
possibilities of the natural as well as the supernatural. Would you investigate
Absolutely.
Arthur's Castle and Witch's Cave and Merlin Cave in Cornwall?
I've heard about them, and I would love to. I mean, it was. I mean, there is evidence starting to emerge that the Arthur's Castle and what have you, and Merlin, and that did actually exist, isn't there? Apparently, there's all this evidence coming out now that quite possibly something, there.
Yeah, and he was Welsh.
Apparently, but
Because
are
we've got
there? Go on,
we've
Terry.
got
Carry on.
Merlin's caves a couple of miles from the house. There's Merlin's caves, and they reckon that the story of the Sword in the Stone actually took place in Wales, but it's folklore for the most part, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I mean that's what. But would I like to visit? I'll go anywhere. If there's a story and a myth
Yeah.
behind it, let's rock it out.
If you go on an investigation with a celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be?
That's a great question.
What if she answered the question?
What
How
if who?
does it feel? Dead or alive?
Yes. No, that you spin me right
That's
round,
it.
baby, right. Who would I go on investigation with, dead or alive? That is a great question. I would like to go on investigation with. Do you know what? Popped into my Derek Acora.
It'd be fun. It
Yeah,
would be
it'll be
fun.
brilliant. It'll be brilliant. Yeah, Derek Acora. But other than that, I would say, do you know what? I would alive. I would say somebody funny. Bob Mortimer.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of Zach Baggins?
I think he's a egotistical pervert.
I was expecting pervert.
Well, he likes. Apparently, he likes being a bit touchy, doesn't he? So,
Hmm.
but yeah, an egotistical pervert.
Fucking great answer. What is your
Thanks.
opinion of reincarnation, where people talk about past lives?
Oh, I find it fascinating. I've watched several videos on it. Do I believe in it? I don't know, but I mean, when you get a 5-year-old going up to somebody, a video that I watched a couple of years back, 5 or 6 year old kid in Indonesia or wherever it was, walking up to somebody's door, knocking on the door, going, "You're my wife. Do you remember we went on holiday to so and so, and we've got 3 kids and the dog?" And you go, "What the fuck?" And the woman's there
Yeah,
going, "Holy shit!"
we did a live reaction to a Mr. Ballen's story of this kid, and I couldn't. First 10 minutes, I was like, "Where's this thing going?" It's just this kid saying this phrase over and over and over, and it turns out the phrase was a shop name. And then another phrase he was saying was the family name of the shop. And this kid, when he got older, told the story of where he was stabbed and shit. He knew all of the family, but the family seemed to recognise him as the father. It was bizarre, really,
Weird.
really weird.
There's loads of stories like people who were in like the World Trade Center, people who were allegedly on the Titanic, people who have been in all these disasters or things that have happened or had the plague or stuff like that, and go, yeah, I remember that.
Allegedly, Zach Baggins was a bit touchy. Allegedly. At least that's not fucking touchy bastard.
Did he? Oh no, I can't. No, I've got. I was about to say something. No, I can't. No, just.
Yeah, this is why sometimes my gaming live streams get taken down, because I'll remember something I've said while I was gaming. I can't leave that out on the internet.
Yeah, I can't say what I was about to say.
Yeah, which.
Well, sorry, what was you going to say? Your favourite was what?
No, I was going to say, no, never mind. I nearly did what you did then. I was going to tell a story of something that I removed on purpose.
Don't do it.
Which famous fake content creator would you like to debate about the paranormal?
Ooh. Oh. Jesus. Fake content would I like to debate? Oh no, I can't really say that. Do you know what? Fuck it, yeah, I can. Ghost theory.
My man. Yeah. I wouldn't.
I'd like to have a lot of conversations with them.
I wouldn't, purely because I don't think they would hold their tempers, and neither would I when it comes to me and them. There's too much gone on.
You've got too much to lose. I haven't, so I don't give a shit. Except let me sit there in front of them. But my opinion only.
There's Mark.
How you doing?
Cold. Damn good evening to you two. Would Lee investigate the Flask pub in Highgate? I know he loves the menu there.
Oh shit! Me and Mark. I met up with Mark and we went for a meal at that location. And we had a beer and should we get something to eat? I opened the menu and I almost fainted. I think I was nauseous. I looked at the menu and when a slice of cheese was £19 something, it was like, oh my, that's me exaggerating, but that's how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yes, but Mark, the window shopping was tremendous.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I am talking to you, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm talking to you, Mark. I am talking to you, Mark. Oh, I am talking to you, Mark. And then you look back at Mark, and Mark's going, "I am talking to you, Lee." But yeah, say no more. Sorry, Mark.
You've stirred a hornet's nest now. Thoughts on proving demons?
Shite. I think it's just, anybody who goes to the live stream and starts getting absolutely hammered and pisses off a balcony,
Did you see the state on him Sunday?
I've stopped watching because it winds me up.
I didn't watch it. I've had a lot of messages about it. One person asked me to reach out to him because he seems to
really?
I was like, why in the fuck would I reach out to him? I don't wish ill health on him, but I sure as fuck ain't going to do anything for him. Apparently, he was proper tanked up. He started his stream half hour after mine, called it the exact same thing, Sunday Funday. Denied that he was drunk while slurring, and then they saw him pour like a quarter of a pint of vodka into a glass. About halfway up then with lemonade, and then chug it, and then shout at him because he wasn't drinking and he hasn't drunk for a year. And then he was like, if I don't get any donations, I'm ending the fucking stream. He had 50 people in. Pissed all 50 of them off and then ended it like an hour later. He was apparently fucking howling.
You would have thought, now if that was me and if I was doing that, I would expect you and several other people, Rob, to come in and go, right, Lee, we need to sort you out, and we need to help. The geezer's he thinks he's got a lot of friends, but obviously clearly hasn't because nobody seems to have stepped in because he seems to be doing this week after week. which is a shame. I don't like to see that happen to anybody, but he's not. He hasn't obviously got the amount of friends that he thinks he has, because you'd have thought one of them would have stepped in by now. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's I couldn't give two fucks for the guy, but
I get
you'd
that.
think that you would think that, yeah, a friend would step in and say, "You're going to kill yourself. Stop it. You need help. You need whatever. Step the fuck away from YouTube at the very least when you're getting fucked up."
Yeah.
Do you think there can ever be para-unity?
Honestly, no, never. Will it? Do I? Would I like it to happen? Sure, but will it ever happen? Never. Unfortunately. Go on. Sorry. Carry on.
I think we've already got it.
You do.
Debunkers, investigators.
Oh, in that respect, yes.
But when people are screaming about para-unity, it's always the fakers. We need para-unity. They don't want para-unity. They want the debunkers to fuck off.
When I think para-unity, I just think everybody singing off the same hymn sheet, but that's never going to happen ever. But when you say it like that with debunkers, and then you got the real paranormal, yes, that's a para-unity. Like you just said,
things like the paranormal convention circuit now inviting skeptics and debunkers, and mainstream TV shows having skeptics on them. I think that's the para-unity. People are looking for it in the wrong place. The people screaming about it, for me, are the wrong people. They are the ones. All they need to do is be honest. We are making this content entertainment. These guys are the paranormal community. We are the paranormal entertainment community. Make that divide. Stay in your lane.
Then there will be a para-unity, in my opinion. That they're on their side doing the entertainment side, the TV side, if you like, and then you've got the real stuff in a different bubble. Yeah, that will do. I mean, going back to what you just said, having like these paranormal meetups and having debunkers there, I mean, that's a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing 2 this summer.
Yeah,
where I'm doing guest talking spots on them. I think that's fantastic. And having like the Priest Cottage reach back out, they want me and Mike up there to investigate with them, because they want to learn off me and Mike, so they don't give false information to the guests. But they didn't give us any false information, to be fair. They were brilliant with us when I went with Bristol Paranormal. But that's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
I mean, obviously, Carol knows exactly who I am, and Bill Bungay knows who I am, because I'm friends with Steve and Griff. I've never had an issue going to East Drive. They haven't got an issue with me going there. And I've heard other places do have a problem with me going.
They've obviously got something to hide, haven't they? In my opinion.
True.
That was a good question, because I also like the way that we actually disagreed then, but still got to the end of it.
Yeah, the issue with para-unity, and the reason it will never work, because I agree with you to a degree, is because the fakers that are doing well from it, pretending to be real, ghost theory, they'll never ever, they're too scared that they lose their audience, and I don't think they'd lose their audience. I genuinely think that their editing is fucking next level. They are really, really fucking good at their editing. I've never taken that from them.
No, their fan base is so loyal, and they could like shit on somebody's carpet, and people still think they're brilliant, right? Yeah. And fair play to them to that. And their video editing is really good. I mean, they are filmmakers. Well, regardless of what anybody says, that's true. Yeah. And so whatever they put out there, people will watch. If they want to turn around and say, right, this is for, I mean, it will never happen. It's for entertainment purposes, then who cares? I'm going to watch Ghost Theory. They're my favourites. Nothing will happen to them. Nothing will ever happen to them. But that's just one channel. There are others out there.
I think they would be the type where, if they were to be honest about what they were doing, they could ham it up even more, and their audience would fucking love it.
They would make a lot of money.
Yeah, imagine if they went as bad as Mindseed. I think they could be bigger than what Mindseed were. Yeah, I mean, Mike did a video on Yasko the other day. People believe Yasko, even though Yasko's got the disclaimer, and he hasn't just got it in his description; he's got it in the video, and people are still believing him.
The thing I like, and you've had people requesting you look at this guy, but I would say don't bother, and that's Franco TV.
I've done Franco once or twice.
It is completely fake, but I think he even says it's for entertainment now.
Yeah.
But I still watch because it's great entertainment. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I watch Tim Morozov, the fucking crazy Russian guy kicking doors open and blasting shotguns into ghosts.
He's nice. He's brilliant. Yeah. Fake as shit, but awesome.
Yeah. But he's honest with this, because when it was Dandalf that translated the text at the beginning of it, and he was like, "This is a weekly horror story."
That was clever of Dan.
If you were able to investigate the Tits House, what would be the first thing you would say after to the daft twat?
After? It's what I'd say as soon as I walk in. That would be the problem. Well, firstly, I would call him... The thing is, though, who said that? Call him a daft twat? I would actually call him a daft twat, because that's the way I speak. I'd call people a daft twat in real life. So I would go, all right, you daft twat. Well, let's have a look then. Let's put some... Where are your cameras? Where do you normally put your cameras then? You know, why have you... Can I ask you something? Why have you permanently got your microphone switched on round rosary beads when you're watching a film on TV? You know, just asking for a friend. How long does that battery last for in that microphone? Because it seems to have been sitting there for a while. You know, little things like that I'd be asking. Oh, don't get me started, man.
What would it take to make either of you go and say, yes, that's paranormal?
I'd probably have to have a full apparition in front of me and it to be captured on video. If I see a full-bodied apparition and it's not captured on video, it's just my opinion. I need it captured on video.
Yeah. Yeah, a full-bodied apparition would be the one. Now, if I didn't capture on camera, but say it was with you or any of the people I trust, and we all saw it, but nothing showed on the camera, I would be then like, right, I think that we clearly all saw it. We all know it's all separate. Write down what we saw. Compare the notes. Right, it all looks spot on. I think we've seen a ghost, and I think for us, we can't convince everyone else of it, but for us, the paranormal is real. We've seen a full-bodied apparition, and for me and us, we've proved they can't be captured on camera because we saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that will do me.
The same fucking mold.
That is another one as well, because people will turn around and we'll turn around and go, "What have you all eaten? What have you all drank? Have you had any Kool-Aid or anything?"
Yeah. Do you feel that the accessibility of YouTube has helped or hindered those genuinely interested in the paranormal? More access to small, genuine channels versus more opportunities for profit faking?
Do you feel the accessibility? Yes, is the answer to probably that question. I think. Do you feel that the accessibility of YouTube has helped or hindered?
I think YouTube Paranormal is mostly responsible for the price hikes everywhere, because they think everyone that's got a YouTube channel can pay extortionate amounts to get into properties.
I mean, yeah, 100%. If I had a property, which Airbnb as well. Sorry, that's another one as well, because you can pick up an half-decent Airbnb for pretty cheap and actually make out to be a haunted premises. Yeah, exactly.
For years.
Exactly. Like in the one that Mike did the other day. But it was, I mean, yes, YouTube. I mean, YouTube pay good money for people who are getting good views, and so if you're doing an investigation at, for example, the Conjuring House, that's going to get a lot of views. And because people want to go back there to experience what Sam and Colby have found, for example, they're going to put their prices up. But that's just, I'm not just using the Conjuring House as an example. I'm not saying that particular location, but there are others. But there are some locations in the UK which are not as exploitive as some places overseas. Like, I mean, 30 East Drive. I still think it's a reasonable price if you can get a few people there. It's not overly expensive. You know,
It's the
it's just
lower
getting
end
in
of
there that's the
places in the
problem.
UK. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
still the lower end. The like Four Crosses. I think the Ancient Ram is now more expensive than East Drive.
I mean, I'm shocked at that if that's the case, because with all
Oh, and
due
a lot of
respect
people
to anybody at
message
the
me.
yeah,
A
with
lot
all
of
due
people
respect to
message me
the
they can't afford it anymore.
people there, yeah, I mean, that place is. I've been there
Shit.
once, and once was well, I've been there once with a group, and it was not great because of the people that were there doing table tipping, and I was like, oh, I had to walk out. And then obviously when you guys went there, and then with other teams who are not legitimate, being like James and Rim there, James and Rian went there and got nothing. You guys went
Yeah, I
there,
went there
got
with them.
nothing. You know, so you got don't even.
Yeah,
I can't even say what I want to say because I think
twice
most.
I've been there. It's flatter than flat.
Yeah, it was.
There's nothing to debunk because nothing happens. There's no building sounds, which is weird in such an old place. But it's
It's
too
so
fucking
close to the
cold.
road. Yeah, it's cold. Cold. It's too close to the road. You could be on the second floor, and then somebody who's walking past and going hello, and you're thinking I'm upstairs in somebody's bedroom. Why are they? You
Yeah.
know, there's too many variables on that premises to actually. If you're going to go there legitimately and do an investigation, you need to be there a week. But
You'd have to acclimatise. Like go
you
into
have
a
to wear
little
that bloody
fucking
great big
pole.
blue thing that you had.
Yeah, if I ever go back there, I'm wearing that. Who would you like to haunt in your afterlife?
Oh, purple probably. I'd get my own back. Rob, 100%. And maybe this is just maybe my stupid mind. I'd like to actually investigate a channel that fakes. So they legitimately get something on their channel that they can't explain. All right. But everyone's going to call them out for being bullshit because they're bullshit in the past. But they've actually got something real. And then I'm there just in the background or being transparent, going like that to them. And so I'd like to investigate somebody. I'd like to haunt somebody who was a fake channel, give them something real. But because they've cried wolf so many times, everyone's going to call them shit.
Are you still good to join Beardo's new band?
I'll play the triangle.
So my old drummer watches the channel. I didn't know, and then he heard me discussing the band and then posting the band link on Facebook, and he was like, "Should we do one more
Shit.
gig?" I was like, "Absolutely fucking not!" And he was like, "Go on, we can do one more.
No,
We can get all your fans." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do it. I'd
mate, you got to
stepped away
do
from
it.
this." Ah,
Mate, do it. You got to do it. One more gig, man. Call it a testimonial, like type of thing. Do it.
if it wasn't for a certain channel bitching about Beardo, I would never have found you guys. I watch paranormal channels as they're entertaining. I still don't tell people not to watch anyone. I never would. I just inform you of what I think is going on with them, or in some occasions, exactly what's going on with them, like the tit.
You got to watch what you want to watch, and you're
Yeah.
just giving your opinion. Well, you and others, are giving your opinion, but it's up to the viewer at the end of the day. You're telling them when you do a debunking video, or whoever does a debunking video, you're not actually educating the channel. You're trying to educate the viewers into going like this, and this is what you're paying for. Don't give them donations, because this is what they're doing. I'm not saying don't give them donations, but stop trying to sort of think this is real. It's up to the viewer to find out.
Yeah.
It's not up to these channels. As long as they're getting views, you and nobody are going to stop these channels from doing what they're doing. It's trying to educate the viewer into changing their minds.
It is right. We're coming up to that time. We are
Bloody
the
hell,
end
that
of
was
the
quick.
stream. I got you in much earlier than the others as well, because I knew we'd just be able to chat for fucking hours and never run out of anything to say.
And we haven't, have we? We could have carried on.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Jesus
probably questions
Christ.
I wanted to ask and never got around, but we can always do it again. Like anyone I've had on, I can get them on again. I've got to try and find a guest for next week. I'm going to see if Justin wants to jump on next week.
No, I'm not watching
I want
that.
to get
Can't be
I want to
arsed.
get James and Rian on as well, but obviously with their work and the busy lifestyle van touring or whatever the fuck it is they doing these days.
It's because it's half term at James's job, so they're off this week and I think next week. So hit him up with a message. I'm sure they'll make time for you. They will make time.
Yeah, I'm sure I've got one of their numbers or both of their numbers. I'll have a look. Right, Lee, thank you very, very much for coming
Thank
on
you.
tonight, because I know you rushed home from work and jumped on and all that sort of stuff.
I literally got home, had a quick bite to eat. I'm still wearing my work stuff. So I had a quick bite to eat. I haven't even had a shower or a shit or anything. So, but I appreciate everybody.
Thank you for answering the questions, guys.
No,
if you're
thank
not
you.
subscribed to Three Spires Paranormal, please do go and check him out. I did mean to grab a link a bit quick. Obviously, I've worked with Lee a couple of times. We've become very close friends in the real world.
Yeah.
Our friend circle, we share a lot of friends as well. I'm wasting time here to grab his link. Right, so the link is in the chat now. If you guys could possibly go and drop Lee a sub. Don't just sub though, please check out his content as well. He's a funny guy. He's I like him.
It's not just me, it's me and Simon.
I keep forgetting about Simon, bless him.
So do I. He's easily forgettable, bless him. Oh, I love him. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Not a problem at all. Right, I'm going to chuck you in the green room. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Hang on, because I know you said you wanted to tell me something.
Yeah.
After we end.
Put me in the green room, and I'm going to go for a wee. I'm busting.
Right. Say goodbye, Lee.
Goodbye, Lee.
I knew you'd do it. What a dick. Right, guys, thank you very, very much. Now, I do believe it is Sandra's Wednesday stream. The boss. So I'll grab her link as well. Obviously, I've left Lee's link pinned. So there's the link to Sandra's stream from Bristol Paranormal Hunters. If you want to go and check that out, because we are ending in a second. But before we go, because I don't have an ending screen on this. Why are balloons so expensive? It's due to inflation. Get it? Inflation. Right. Much love to you all. Beardo. How do we get out here? Out.